Hey, KWRP, Amanda here. Today I'm going to walk you through how to build your agent site in Command. And I'll just start off by saying, yes, it is a little bit time consuming. It's not complicated. The steps are pretty clearly laid out, but you probably want to devote about 45 minutes to an hour of time to do this. It's going to ask you to fill in a bunch of content. So that's really the time consuming part about this. You can go back in and edit at any time, but maybe just watch 5 minutes of this video, press pause, tinker around on your site, take a break, and then repeat until you're done. So as we always start in here, I'm borrowing Katrina's command because she doesn't have a site set up yet. So if you don't have one set up, this is basically what yours is going to look like. Here on the left-hand side, this is where we can expand our menu, hover over the icons. We're going to go down and find the button that says Sites. We'll click on that. And it'll bring us here to this screen. So you can see we don't have any landing pages, agent sites, or neighborhood places that have been done yet. So we're not going to click this button. We're actually going to scroll down, and there's this little blue button on the left-hand corner. It says configure your site. We're going to click that. And this is going to ask what we would like to use this site for. So if you have a paid Playster account, you'll want to click this button. If you want to explore other options, I'm not even sure what that tab does, but for the purposes of this tutorial, we'll just click the top here. I want to use the new KW agent sites. And then we'll hit submit. And this is going to bring us to the Kelly guide that's going to walk us through how to build our agent site. I really like these landing pages. This is going to set expectations of what we're going to be doing. We're going to choose a domain, we're going to style it, and then we're going to get the page live. So the only button that we have to choose from is this Get Started button. This is a compliance reminder. You'll actually need to acknowledge that you've read this. I'll go over one quick piece of compliance when we get to it that Colleen gave to me, but just know that you might want to also have her double check your sites when you're done and just make sure that it's fully in compliance. If you need to find your logo, here it's prompting you to find it. You can always email Lexi, or you can go to KW Connect and then go to resources and then marketing and click on logos and branding. And our market center is 573. So you can find it those two ways, emailing Lexi or KW to resources to marketing to logos and branding. Okay. We're going to acknowledge and continue that we've read the compliance. And then just a quick guide as to how to use this. So on the left-hand side, this is the live updating of your website. So as we type new things, it'll update over here on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, this is where we're changing the information that's updating over on the left. You can scroll, well, let's see, if your mouse is hovering over the left-hand side, you're going to scroll through that section. If your mouse is on the right-hand side, you'll scroll through that. Here, I'll expand this. You can see here. Okay, boom. So that's how this works. It's pretty user-friendly. Hopefully you guys don't have any issues with that. Okay, so we're going to start by choosing a subdomain. And a lot of agents want to use their name. So I chose, for instance, amandaarmstrong.kw.com. And look, oh, it's already taken or registered because I did it for my own. But this is Katrina's. So we're going to claim her domain here. Okay, perfect. So this is her URL. This is what her clients will be typing into the browser to find Katrina's page. So once we've claimed it, so here it says, congrats, we've claimed that domain. We'll click and expand this market profile information. So here, a lot of this information is pulled over automatically. This comes from the settings section. So you can see we've got Katrina's full name. It automatically pulled the brokerage, the address. Here's where you could type in if you're on a team. You can see we've got her phone number, her email in here. The section the question, your professional job title is not going to be filled in. You need to do that yourself. It's got a red asterisk next to it, so you'll need to fill that in. So she is our amazing director of first impressions. If you're a broker, you'll want to type in real estate broker, licensed broker, principal broker, whatever is applicable to you. And then your biography, again, a red asterisk. This is not filled in automatically. And we're just going to, for the sake of this presentation, just say Katrina happily lives in Portland, Oregon. You can type whatever you want. I literally copied and pasted the bio that I have from my LinkedIn profile. If you've got it written up on like your Facebook business page or something, you can just copy and paste. You don't need to reinvent the wheel here. And this is where your license number will pull up. That should again come up automatically. She's not licensed, so you can see it's just a bunch of zeros. And then the compliance legal footer. So this is the section that Colleen would like you to say which state you're licensed in. So if Katrina were licensed in the state of Oregon, then we would put broker licensed in the state of Oregon. If she were licensed in Washington as well, then we would want to put Washington or just Washington, depending. I'm going to delete this for now, but that's where you would need to put your designated state that you are licensed in. You can add your market center broker license number or office. You can see it's not required. And you can add a legal footer. That's going to get thrown down here at the bottom. The imagery that gets pulled up, so you've automatically got your profile picture that's linked to your command account. And then your market center brokerage logo, that's where you're going to put the KWRP logo. Again, you can find that at my KW, or you could ask Lexi if you don't have a copy of it. I think I've got it saved in my marketing here. So you can see it shows up kind of small, but that's okay. That doesn't matter. That's just a placeholder. You could add in your social media links if you've got a Facebook account, Twitter account, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, your KW app link, and that'll all just get filled in with this as default. Keller Williams Realty International. Again, I would go in if you have any of those set up and put in your own that are reflective of your own business. And then we're just going to click Save and Continue. So now we're going to get into the style. And up top, you can see the progress that we're making. So you kind of have an idea of how far in you are and how far you need to go. So, okay. The difference between red theme and dark theme right now, it's not dramatic. They might be making changes to this down the road. You can see if we toggle over to the dark theme, it changes the KW logo. We can toggle back to red. Now it's red. So just choose whichever one. Again, they might be more robust down the road. Just choose whichever one you'd like for right now. And then the homepage text. This is going to be the text that is right here above the search bar. So they have it defaulted to find your dream home. You could change it to maybe find your home in the Pacific Northwest. You could do, depending on your clientele, I mean, you could do investing is one step or one search away, ... whatever's relevant to your business. And again, you can just keep the defaults. They did a lot of research and testing when they were coming up with some of these defaults, so don't overthink it. And then your hero image is this background image, and they default to this home picture. If you've got one that you like more, maybe some photography from an old listing or something like that, you could throw that in here, and you would just click update here. And again, it asks you to upload an image. You can either drop the image from your desktop, or you could click here and it'll ask you to upload one. And then we'll click save and continue. Okay, so now we're at the company profile. So you can see we're toggling between different pages now within your agent site. So there was the main landing page, which was the search feature. And now we're going to be setting up the 3 navigation pages. So if you click down here for navigation, this little down arrow, you'll see there's the home screen, which is the main page that you'll land at when you go to whatever URL you choose, .kw.com. And here you've got 3 options of pages that we're going to build out. There's the contact page, pretty self-evident what that is about. The about me, that's a little bit about you and your team. And then company profile is about our market center. And you can actually, when you have this little diamond icon, when you hover over these 3 pages, you can move them around. So if you would like the contact me page to have a higher priority than the company profile, you can just toggle it like so. When you have it the way you'd like, you can minimize this and expand the search engine optimization tab. So search engine optimization, it's also called SEO, and this is what is going to relate to Google searches to be able to find your agent site. It's going to ask you here your page title. You could keep company profile. That's how the general public might understand what a market center is. You could put market center profile. It's going to ask you for a slug. A slug is the verbiage that comes after the back, what's it called? Backslash. I would just keep it to the defaults. I think that's just fine. And then the SEO description. This is not a word dump. If you've done SEO work before, you know that sometimes they'll ask you for search terms that are going to be applicable to your site. That's not what this is about. The SEO description here, I'm going to pull up a Google here, Google. So let's just type Keller Williams, Portland. And this is maybe not a good example here. Let's type in, let's see, Providence, St. Vincent, Portland here. I just want to show you an example. Okay, so your SEO description is basically the description right here that comes underneath the description of the link. So it's just a 1-sentence blurb about what it actually is. So here it says Providence St. Vincent's is a nonprofit acute care teaching hospital in West Portland. So it says what it is, where it is. So our SEO description might look like the #1 real estate office in the state of Oregon, found on Northwest Barnes Road in Portland, Oregon. That could be a whole lot better, but you just need to have something in there. And then content. So the intro paragraph is this section right here. You'll just want to enter a quick description of what the business is. And then these two sections right here are pretty customizable to whatever you'd like. So let's say headline title. I've seen some descriptions of like geographical areas, like maybe like about Portland. You can see it's updating in real time here. And then just like a little blurb about Portland. Maybe this second section here is about culture at KW. You could say something about Red Day or something. You're just getting information in here about your office, about the city that you work. And as we scroll, there's the footer. You don't have to have anything in here. One recommendation that I heard that I liked was you could put your team or your company's mission or vision and try to promote the message of who you guys are. We're just going to leave them blank for right now. And then I'm going to hit continue. So now it's going to do the exact same thing. So before we were at the company page, now we're at the About Me page. So here we've got the picture again that pulled up automatically. It says About Me. You can change that. You could say, who am I? Who are we? This again is going to ask for the slug that we'd like. I think About Me is just fine. And then the SEO description for this page. Katrina is an amazing human. Same thing. It's going to ask us for content. And this content, again, shows up on the left-hand side. It's already filled in for us. I'm going to hit continue. And now this is the contact page. And you don't need to overthink this. How to reach us. The content just has your phone number and your email again. What I do like is their little message here, the message hint, they're prompting you to try to write something in for your message. And I like their default. Are you looking to buy or sell? What's your time frame? Where are you at in your search? And what's your budget? I like that. Let's just save and continue. What's next? You could go to your site and manage it. You could create more sites. You can get answers if you have any trouble. Let's go to manage sites. And if you click on your page, it's gonna open in the same browser. So I recommend opening a new browser if you don't want to have to keep hitting the back button. But we can preview our site now, agent site page. Oh, they're still finalizing the subdomain, so we can't click on it quite yet. It does take about an hour for all of your changes to be saved in command. So if you're going in and editing it and then going back to the live web version and checking out what your website looks like and if your changes have updated, just know that it does take a little bit of time to update. So don't keep going in and making changes expecting it to happen instantaneously. Yeah, it looks like they're still finalizing this subdomain, so we can't view it yet, but this is where you would view it in the future. And if you wanted to edit it at any time, here you click these three dots on the right hand side, edit and delete, and that's it. That's all you need to do. So hopefully that was helpful, and let us